Concerns rise over Canadian Express entry immigration system. Skilled immigrants struggle with employment mismatches and misleading expectations when asked about so-called Canadian work experience in a global skills world. The Canadian Express entry immigration system, initially lauded for its ability to attract skilled workers to Canada's labour force, is facing scrutiny as some immigrants report challenges that have left them in employment far below their qualifications. Many skilled professionals applying through Express entry are drawn by Canada's promise of skilled job opportunities. These applicants are selected based on their education, international experience, and professional qualifications. However, once arriving in Canada, many immigrants face a reality that clashes with these expectations. One significant hurdle is Canada's preference for Canadian work experience, which often places foreign-trained professionals at a disadvantage. They ask about your qualifications and work history abroad, but when you arrive, the lack of Canadian experience can create a barrier, says Ajay Mehta, an engineer from India who came to Canada under Express entry. "I'm highly qualified, but I've had to work in a different field just to make ends meet." This disparity is fueled by challenges in the foreign credential recognition process. Certain professions, such as engineering, law, and healthcare, require foreign-trained professionals to go through additional certification steps before they're eligible to work in their fields in Canada. As a result, skilled immigrants often find themselves initially in non-skilled jobs, which are also in high demand, but not what they expected when applying. The Canadian government has acknowledged these concerns, with officials highlighting recent programs to improve foreign credential recognition and support skilled immigrants in transitioning smoothly into the Canadian workforce. Immigrant support organizations are also working to address this big challenge, offering mentorship programs, networking opportunities, and educational resources. As Canada's Express entry system evolves, it aims to better align immigrant qualifications with labour market opportunities to ensure that skilled newcomers can thrive in the fields they were recruited for, ultimately benefiting both the immigrants and the Canadian economy. Networking barriers challenge skilled immigrants in Canadian job market. Networking has become and was a vital factor for job seekers in Canada, but for many skilled immigrants, building these connections presents a significant hurdle in finding employment that matches their qualifications. With approximately 65% of Canadian job openings filled through networking and referrals, skilled newcomers often find themselves at a disadvantage without the local networks that many Canadian-born workers possess. For new immigrants, entering the Canadian job market is more than just submitting resumes. Industry experts emphasize that many jobs are not publicly posted, making personal connections a crucial pathway to landing skilled employment. Canadian employers often prefer to hire individuals who are vouched for by someone they know, says Lisa Tremblay, a career coach at a Toronto settlement agency. It's challenging for newcomers who don't have a network here and are starting from scratch. While some immigrants have extensive experience and strong qualifications when compared to Canadian-born and educated, the lack of a local personal network often means taking on lower-skilled or unrelated jobs while working to establish connections. Networking events, informational interviews, and LinkedIn outreach are encouraged, but immigrants report that breaking into established professional circles can be daunting. Sometimes community organizations and immigrant support agencies are stepping in to bridge this gap by offering networking programs specifically tailored for newcomers. Initiatives such as mentorship programs and professional networking workshops aim to introduce immigrants to Canadian professionals in their fields. However, with the high demand for these services, resources are often stretched. Additionally, certain sectors, like engineering and healthcare, have regulatory requirements that delay employment, causing further isolation from networking opportunities. While government and non-profit programs are slowly expanding to provide more support, many skilled immigrants find themselves navigating job markets that seem closed to outsiders without local references. The Canadian government has acknowledged the importance of supporting skilled immigrants in connecting with employers. In recent years, initiatives such as Canada's Foreign Credential Recognition Program and Workplace Integration Programs have aimed to better match skilled immigrants with Canadian employers. However, as networking remains a foundational piece of Canadian job seeking, many hope for continued expansion of resources to help new immigrants establish connections and careers in line with their expertise. For now, skilled immigrants are encouraged to leverage all available resources, including LinkedIn networking, volunteer opportunities, and local business events, to build the relationships necessary to have a chance in Canada's complex job market. In conclusion, friends, do not fall in illusion that your overseas work experience will be recognized in Canada. Get a firm job offer before leaving for Canada job market. Keep in mind that this problem of so-called Canadian experience is not recent but decades old. Contact Audiman for further one-to-one guidance, advice and help. Email to ba.audiman@gmail.com.